Welcome back, viewers, and you're watching Titley Junction. This is just a layout update on what's been happening. I have been very busy in the layout room as well as at home and at work. As you can see, I have the branch line down. So two-coach branch line with the option for the train to run around, of course. Back over to here. I've done some good testing on the incline to go over the tracks, and it's worked absolutely phenomenal. It's worked very good. No issues there whatsoever. Essentially goes over the double main line as previously discussed. This area here will eventually be a river and a small bridge. This will be probably one of the biggest highlight things that I want in the actual train layout itself. Picturesque kind of thing, particularly when you get down quite low around this sort of level, it's going to look quite good. As well as that, run the track right across over the other double track main line. It's now elevated, runs around and progresses into the branch line terminus. So as you can see, got a few tracks going in a few areas. This little area here where the tanker is, plan to probably have as a little loco shed, a stone brick sort of shed with some water tanks and coal scythes and all that sort of stuff. Goes into the branch main line, the branch line terminus I should say, right into here. And so these platforms that you can see here in use, these are the ones that I was using for Titley Junction initially. Now I've just edited them a little bit, and obviously they're not done or permanent. I've just set them there to illustrate what I'm planning to do as well. So no, she's running very good. Very good. So everything's been good. Some of the trains at the moment, unfortunately, have been stuttering a little bit. I've got to give the track a very, very good clean. I've given it a brief clean, but certainly not enough. There we are, just another view, obviously, of the terminus that we're dealing with. So going to provide a little bit of fun. As you can see in the far distance over here, where it curls around and snakes a little bit, that'll all just be countryside, and I'm going to put in a little railroad crossing as well with some gates. I have decided the area down along here will definitely be countryside as well. Hopefully I can blend the two levels going from here down to here, blend it in so it looks quite suitable. The other item that I've actually done, and this is probably why a lot of the time the layout update actually took so long as it did, is when I actually put all these tracks in here for the branch line, I didn't account for essentially the platforms that'll go in here, and as a result I made it a bit too narrow, and you can see the lines where things initially went. This black line that you see just over here is where the actual centre of this track actually came through down here, and it was way too narrow, and I put all this down and including onto the incline, and realised I made a massive blue, so I lifted it up and had to reset it. Certainly unhappy. One of the things that I've actually done here, as you can see, is I've just got some sleepers and the track essentially stops, and what I'm actually going to do is use this as a bit of an area that's just been recently pulled up from Beeching's axe. So almost just before the trains like GWR and the others all combined into the British Railways, I'll try and make this look like this is the first part of the axe that actually occurred. So probably about here I'll have a bit of a railroad crossing over, and the road going off over to here, and the boom gate, or the gates for the crossing about here, permanently closed, and then this on the other side of the road all deserted, and just the sleeper, so you can see remnants of some track, which is going to be interesting. Going to look forward to doing that. So otherwise everything's running good. Still haven't gotten the two sidings and the freight yard over here wired up. Everything for the branch line is wired up, however. I just ran out of some parts, unfortunately, last night, so she would have been good otherwise to get that part done. In the last week I've also purchased a couple of items. I do have a point rodding kit lying around somewhere, but also got an extension kit. The station building, this is what will be on the branch line terminus. on the terminus, I'll also put this, I've always liked this little level signal box, and to put it on the platforms, I'll be certainly using that, and a couple of extra parts of platform sections as well for me editing that I'm doing on the Branchline. So these areas, these items here are going to be quite good. So going into the next, essentially the next 4 weeks or the next month, what my plan is to assemble and paint the station, as well as the platform signal box. And I plan to get my my point rodding in and around the Branchline terminus as well. So to put it in perspective, all this here, the track, the turnouts, I'll be putting point rodding in, give it that good element. Some of the areas I'm going to have to build up, as you can see here under the platforms, I've put some cork down to lift it up to be in line with essentially the road bed for the track. So the platforms are at a good height now. And there's the ratio station kit already assembled partially to the point where I'm going to start painting it and get that in, hopefully finish the platforms, and yeah, start having a look at the scenic areas in here, and that I'm going to do. So, but first off, the platform, the point rodding I'll be working on, getting that all in place, get me little signal box, which will probably sit roughly where that little shack is right there, that little building. That won't be staying there, and yeah, try and get some scenic stuff going on. So anyway guys, if you're new to the channel, thanks for subscribing. Hopefully this will be entertaining for you. Once I've got all this the track done, that's I'll look forward to the scenic stuff. So anyway guys, thank you for hanging around, thanks for subscribing and watching, and keep in touch.
Thank you.